Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming to watch my first proper video. I thought I would take a few minutes and give you a little background about myself and why I've decided to start this YouTube channel. First of all, I've been wanting to start this for quite some time, years, and I just haven't done it. So now's the time and I'm ready to go. How I got into nutrition was about 29 years ago. I was a young mom at the time, and I was told that I had a very serious illness. I had some symptoms going on that I won't go into right now, but they basically told me that there was not a lot they could do and not to worry about it because it was slow growing and just not to worry about it. Well, I was a young mom at the time. I had children to raise, and I can tell you that I was very, very worried about it. So at the time, I was volunteering at a cancer center, and they had a speaker come in on Ayurveda. And Ayurveda, if you don't know, is an ancient Indian healing modality. I didn't know about anything alternative at that time. I didn't know what Ayurveda was. I didn't know that there was a such thing as alternative healing or medicine. So I went to the class and I absolutely loved it. It was the first thing to give me hope. And I stepped on that path and I have never looked back. And it's not to say that doctors and mainstream medicine aren't important, because they are very important. It's just that there's a lot of other things we can do to help ourselves. So it took me a few years to realize, but my symptoms went away. And I'm not saying that I cured myself, but I am saying that I have had symptoms in over 20 years. And that all started with changing my diet. So I do think that's very important. And also a few years ago, I had breast cancer. And again, my doctors were very important. But I also did some alternative healing therapies that I really believe were instrumental in my healing. And I did those in conjunction with the treatments that the doctors wanted to do. So as far as fitness goes, I've always enjoyed going to the gym and working out and being physically active. And about 8.5 years ago, I started teaching Zumba Gold and Silver Sneakers, and I absolutely love it. It's very rewarding, and it's just something I love to do, and I think it helps me keep in shape, and it certainly helps my students keep in shape, and it's fun. So we have fun doing that. And then I also think that mindset is very important. I got into the law of attraction about 18 years ago, and it has helped me immensely over the years. I really do believe it possibly saved my life. So anyway, as far as mind, body, and spirit goes, those are the three main things that I'd like to talk about on this channel, and along with other things as well. I do think I have valuable information to share. A lot of people don't realize how much they can influence their health with some diet changes and some physical activity. And I just want you to know that you absolutely can influence your health through those things. I have met a lot of people over the years, and women in particular, who have just given up. And it makes me sad, and I don't want anybody to give up. I mean, there are definitely things you can do. It is not too late. And I just want to help people live their best lives, basically. You know, I want to be able to run and play with my grandkids and play pickleball and dance and hike. And there's a lot of activities I really like to do. So I want to be strong and fit to be able to do those. And when I see people who have kind of given up on their health and they can't participate in these things, I really think there are things they could do to help themselves. So I see a lot of women at the gym in particular that are spending, I don't know, an hour on the treadmill. And I think that is a waste of time. I do think cardio activity is important. I try to walk about 3 miles every day outside. You can certainly do that on the treadmill, but there is more to exercise than watching TV on the treadmill. I really like to see people incorporate weights to get strong. And I really like to work on balance with women of our age, because it's just really important to have balance. As we get older, we kind of lose that. And I think it's important to do some balance exercises so that we can decrease our fall risk. I'm sure we have all known someone who has fallen and it has really been detrimental to their health. So we definitely want to reduce that risk as well. And also, as far as mental and emotional health, that is critical as well. A lot of people will, lay on the couch all day, watch TV, scroll on social media, Instagram or Facebook, and it's just not healthy. What we feed our minds is really just as important as what we feed our bodies. I absolutely believe that. Hobbies are important in this. You can take a class, learn something new. If you've always wanted to knit or crochet or do something like that, there are a million other things to do besides watch TV and scroll on social media. And I just think it's really important to pay attention to what we are putting in our minds. It really affects the quality of our life. I really believe that it does. Possibly the most important thing to address is the epidemic of loneliness that's currently in our culture. It's gotten so bad that the Attorney General has even written a book on it. I will link that in the description below. I have not read the book, but I did watch a recent podcast on Oprah about that. And it's fascinating. And I know that's true for me as well. I do work full time and work remotely. And while I have family and friends, I spent a whole lot of time alone. And I am an introvert. I do like my alone time, but I also crave connection. And I think it is in our DNA that we crave connection. We have to be connected to other human beings, even if we're introverts like I am. And I think it's important to find ways to get out there and meet people. And while I know that YouTube is not a substitute for getting out in the world and meeting people, I do think there's value in building an online community of women over 60 so that we can support each other and share our ideas and knowledge. At this point of life, we've all had a lot of life experiences, and I think they are valuable, and I think it would be great to share those and would help connect each other, even if it's not in person. I think getting out in nature is really important for our physical health and our mental health. As I mentioned, I do try to get out and walk about 3 miles every day, and I do that in most weather. If it's snowing or raining or really windy, I won't do it. But most days I get out there on the trail and get my walk in, and it makes me feel better physically and mentally and emotionally. It just lifts me up. I have been inspired by so many women in this community, and I'm hoping that I can do that for you as well. If this resonates with you, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're most interested in discussing and talking about and learning about. It can be regarding nutrition, food, recipes. I could do some workouts online, some balance exercises, things to help. I plan to do a lot of those things, but I am interested to know what you want to know. So anyway, drop me a comment and let me know what you think. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.